Are you going to talk first?
No.
I think you should.
No, you talk.
I'm nervous. You talk to him.
No, you
I'm nervous though.
No,
you
you
talk to him.
talk
No,
to
Andy, you talk to him. You talk to him.
No, you talk.
Welcome to our new channel. My business partner and I, Mike Salimo, have been working extremely hard over the last couple of months. As some of you may know, we are launching now, and just wanted to get on and say apologize in advance for the sketchy editing from the first episode on here. I've learned a lot since then, and really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support we've received so far. And without further ado, here's the first episode.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Neil D, and this is my podcast. So if you don't know me, if you just like stumbled across this video, like maybe you are a friend of my business partners, maybe you just found this. I'm going to put, and again, like I see this all the time, I have no idea how to do this. Like I'll put a link up here or a link in the bio, or check wherever you're supposed to check, and I'll figure out how to put it there. There's going to be a link, and it's a video of backstory, like last 20 years, or like really that kind of life story that I did on a podcast a couple of years ago through my friend Corey Rabin. So I'll put a link in the bio just to kind of give an idea of who I am, and just a bit of a story. Like it is pertinent, especially just when we start talking about what's going on now, kind of what I'm doing. Let's just back up a little bit. So I'm a co-parent, single parent, whatever you want to call it. I'm divorced and I've got 2 kids. They're badass. They would be here if they could be. Trust me. They know I'm doing this right now, and I think they're literally my biggest cheerleaders. They're up there and they're beautiful. They're 7 and 9 years old, both blonde hair, blue eyes, just like I've always wanted to be a dad. I mean, if you know me, I love being a dad. It's all I've ever wanted to be. And I'm sure at some point in time, like they will be on this, or we'll have a mutiny and they'll kill me, which is fine too. We're going to cover a lot of things on here. Yes, unfortunately for you, there's going to be multiple episodes of this, and you're going to have all sorts of opportunities to, make fun of me, or my friends are going to send me videos saying you're an idiot or you look like a jackass. So you will have plenty of opportunity to do that. So when I was going through my divorce and when I first got into sobriety, I was working for a med device company. I got the dad check. Like I've done if there's one thing that I've done extremely well, I will give myself credit. I've been a great dad, or at least like giving it the best college try. And like, I'm horrible at giving myself compliments, but everybody around me tells me I'm being a good dad. So I'm just going to go ahead and say like, I'm a good dad. Never knew really what I wanted to be when I grew up. Like I was far too busy doing things I was talking about in that video that I posted on here or wherever it got posted to. I never knew what I wanted to be. And I was traveling too much. I was a med device. So I went into staffing. I was in that in some capacity with different companies for the better part of 3 years, which leads me to the beginning of January this year. I found myself miserable. When I say miserable, it's not like, hey, I want to jump off a bridge miserable. It's not like like, oh, I just had a bad day. I would call it like somewhere in between. I would like the best way to describe it, I think, is just like existing. So I'd had a bunch of problems with my body just due to the things that I did to myself growing up. One of which was hormonally. I had managed those things through different avenues. I had a problem with my testosterone, had a problem with thyroid, Hashimoto's disease, all kinds of stuff. I was introduced to functional medicine, if you will, back in 2019. And she discovered that I had Hashimoto's disease, and as well, my testosterone was wrecked. Like when I say wrecked, I mean like it was wrecked. I don't remember what it was. My free test was like non-existent. My total test was like, she told me I was like on par with like a 90-year-old man. So it must have been like in the 100s, 200s, something. It was bad. She put me on something called Clomid. And this is like all the while when I'm in a med device and also going into staffing. And what that does is, in layman's terms, it's like jumper cables for your pituitary gland. Tells your body to produce the signaling, LH, FSH, signaling to produce testosterone. So it did. I had felt so bad for so long. I didn't know what it was even like to feel good. I started that. I started to feel a lot better. Started to gain muscle, started to get confidence. Life got really, really good. She told me at some point in time that my body would essentially give out producing its own testosterone, which is essentially what was happening there. Turns out it did. About a year ago, I said that I've always wanted to be a dad. I never knew what I wanted to do in my career. I started business with a business partner in staffing. I turned into a workaholic. I think purpose of doing all this was like, obviously, like it's number one, it's expensive for our generation just to exist. much less to be like a single income family, and much less if you want to be in your child's life. Like it's those three things like working against me at all times. So I started this business up with a business partner, became a workaholic. Things went well. Fast forward to after a year of doing business together, and I could just see like every dream I've ever like dreamed like right in front of me. It was like right there. I could reach out and grab it. Having money is not everything. Not, but no, having money is not everything. Not having it is. Okay, whoever said that, accurate. Okay, you can have all the time in the world, but if you do not have financial freedom, you're in a jail cell. Period. End of story. So after all that, I had started this business with the business partner, and I had worked my ass off, and like it was right in front of me. I could reach out, I could grab it. It was right there, like everything I'd ever wanted, like financial freedom, the ability to be with my kids, not to report to somebody that I didn't want to report to. Not that I ever reported like I'm not talking bad about anybody I've ever reported to, but there's something very cool about managing your own business, and it was right there. And long story short, it was just like gone. That was very hard, to say the least. And to be, when you don't have the ability to just reach out and grab something that'll instantly change you, it becomes like very tiring to try to get out of that mentality on your own. So I went to a physician and I was put on, I guess you can call it 3 different medications, no blood work, 5-10 minute thing. Like this has been my primary physician forever. Just like, oh, this is how you feel. Here you go. In addition to that, I also went through like some extended, I guess therapy, you could call it, like with a therapist, some really cool, like intensive group therapy. I thought like that would put me back on track. Well, that was about 2025 and around like spring. And you fast forward to around like Christmas time, and I was just like like miserable. And the way the last 7 years have gone for me, 8 years, whatever I'm off, I do the same things. And it's like a sous vide machine. If I do X, Y, and Z, looks a little something like going to a men's meeting or like a meeting every day, going to the gym, making sure my prayer life's intact, helping other people out. Like there's like a certain things that I do. It's like a sous vide. I know exactly what I'm going to get. It got really scary when those things stopped working. Like the steak was not medium rare. It wasn't even like cooked after a couple of months of being in the sous vide machine, if that makes any sense. Hopefully you got that metaphor. So I knew something was off. And side note, I had stopped seeing the fantastic functional medicine woman that I was seeing, and I went back to Western medicine, hence the here's this, here's this, here's this, and which was stupid. And she moved on and she was doing bigger and better things. And she gave me somebody to go see. I just didn't go see her because I was lazy and I had better things to do, like start a business. That worked well. So turn of the year, I went and saw a specialist with hormones, and turns out a gentleman looked at me, exact words, called me in the office, and he goes, I don't know how you're functioning. And that's not like an exaggeration. Like he looked me dead in the eye and goes, I truly don't know how you're functioning. And it wasn't that I was crying. Maybe I was. I don't know. I was in a bad spot. And I just said, it's funny because like I'm not. Like my life's falling apart. At least like it felt like it had. And I was miserable. And he's like, well, we're going to get you feeling good soon. So testosterone replacement therapy, just like, I cannot tell you like what it's done for my life. I mean, like it's not like an exaggeration. There's a whole bit that I want to talk about with the taboo of that, which I don't really understand. In addition to that, I was introduced to, peptides. Everybody's talking about peptides and peptides. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Another peptide person with a podcast. And here we go. Just get that out of the way. Here, I'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Things got really good really quick. And you fast forward a couple of weeks, and I took 1 week off the current job that I was doing, and I threw myself into this. And what I found and what I had accomplished in 1 week was like truly miraculous. It was incredible what got done in 1 week. I attribute that mostly because I have never been able to, and this is where I get really excited. I have never in my life been able to combine passion with career. Now they're together. I've never had more fun than I've had these last couple of months. And I've only been doing this. Like I've been being a dad, I've been working out, I've been taking care of myself, and I've been doing this. Like that's it. Like nothing else. No fun on paper. And I have never had more fun. It is like every day I have to pinch myself. Like this is what I actually do now. This is what the goal of what I'm trying to do is actually, but what I've done. Number one, I got a business partner. We have created an ecosystem. The first of which is this. So what this is meant to do, if I get on here and I see 50 views, I will shit my pants. That is just like, that's the target number for me. Like 50 views. If I can get 50 views of me sitting here talking to a camera, 2 cameras in this case, go me, I will be happy. What I've noticed is that there's no one in my network or the area that I live in that's like deciphering all the that's going around on peptides, hormone replacement, mainly focused on health peptides, but we'll be talking about things like recovery, the stigma that comes along with recovery, but it's mostly going to be about peptides. One of the problems that I had when I first started into peptides, and like I'm skipping over a lot on purpose, I got to leave myself something else to talk about. One of the problems that I had was deciphering the different levels. Like you have the China, blah, 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 everyone's the China peptides, or like you have the, online Broba research peptides that are super cheap. Then you have like the physician use only peptides that no different, as well as you have like the wellness centers that are charging, $1,200 for a peptide. Then you have like go to a doctor and somehow get a prescription for a peptide that's not FDA approved, that's not supposed to be compounded, but yet it kind of is. You got all these like, and who the knows where to start? So what I've done is I have dug to the bottom of each one. I'd love to tell you I have like concrete answers on each one, but I am able to speak openly and I think somewhat educated around what a peptide is, why it is not FDA approved, why it's in the gray market, what's kind of going on with peptides, what's the like in a peptide rush. More importantly, like I know there's a ton of you out there that want to do what I'm doing right now. You want to start your own peptide company, you want to get in it, and believe it or not, we have got a solution for you as well that we will get into later. But so we've got podcasts, we've started a closed, well, back to what I was saying. So I could not afford the $3,000 highway robbery wellness clinic peptides or the ones from a compound pharmacy that goes through somebody that's making $1,200 off each one. So I started testing research peptides myself. If they were good, then I would buy from that place. And it was like, that's what started all this. I think, and found out there's a lot of people just like me that they're not testing. They're just shooting, Russian roulette, essentially. I've solved your problem. Closed research only, not for human consumption site. If you're out there and you are a researcher and you work for a lab or whatever it may be, and you are ordering research peptides online and you don't know who you're ordering from, you've never spoken to them, you've looked at a COA, which you have no idea what that means. You don't like you have been told to ask for the COA. You don't know what it means. You don't know what's important. You don't know what isn't important. You have absolutely no idea what to look for. And you also need to know that you're looking at something that there's a 99% chance that it's fake. You have been told over and over and over again, like you have to make sure it's made in America. I have solved those problems for you. Closed retail site, password to get into the site. Looking for a safe place to do research on. Shoot me a DM, shoot me a text. We've solved that problem for you. We have a very high quality product that we're extremely proud of to be able to give to fellow researchers, friends and family that are in search. And people are like, why the f do you keep saying research? Like, we'll get into that later. Welcome to the America Western medicine. It's a joke. If nothing else, you hear these people online talk about X, Y, and Z. If nothing else, like you can at least hear someone that maybe you like, maybe you don't like, but at least you know them. Talk through this stuff and at least say, hey, I don't know what I'm talking about on X, Y, and Z, but he does. I would strongly recommend you go talk to him or listen to that podcast or watch his videos or, hey, I've done X, Y, and Z research. Here's what I know on this. Bring on people who maybe want to do something similar to what we're doing, but don't have the platform or wherewithal or any idea where to start on how to do it. We solve that problem for you as well. If you are a place that is in need of a wholesale type opportunity or situation, we've solved that problem for you as well. So there's a lot to come. I'm really excited. As you can tell, this is not like, I don't know why, like I'm pretty outgoing, but this is not comfortable for me. There's just so much of this. And like, you think that like I'm doing this because I want to be like them, when in reality, like I'm doing this to help you cipher through the, just knowing that you know me and I'm not a bot or AI, because you can't tell the difference these days, but pretty sure I exist. So you can hear someone you know say, hey, what this guy is saying is accurate. Go listen to him. Or, hey, this is what I'm using for my research and it's absolutely fantastic. So I have no idea if any of this has made sense or not. And I'm going to say a couple of things first. Anything that I say, whether it be now, later on, talk to your physician about. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. And anything to do with peptides, you should speak to your Western medicine doctor and make sure that you are doing it the right way. You should also get your blood work done. Do not do any research blind. Most of you are, and you're dumb, and that's fine. This is what I looked like. Maybe it's there. This is what it looked like back in January. I was as miserable on the outside or the inside as I looked on the outside. I can't tell you like how quickly things got good. I did not go from that to this because of peptides. Okay. I didn't go from that to this because of TRT. I went from that to this because I've been getting at least 8 hours of sleep now that my body's fixed. My body is functioning correctly now that I have replenished levels in my body that have been deplenished. And I have been eating more than I have ever eaten in my entire life. Still shredded, and I've been working out like a fiend. But in addition to that, I've just found internal happiness, and it's come in a couple of different ways, but I love what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, what I really love to do, with as much, absolute has been said about me over the last 8 years, I love to help people. And that's truly where I find the most happiness. And the reason I am doing this, number one is to provide for my family. I'm not going to hide that. I need to provide for my family. But number two, it just amazes me how people just don't talk about this stuff. But what I really want to do is open this world up to discussion. I want to bring the truth out, what's really going on in the health space. I really want to spread the word about just my experience with Western medicine. You're going to hear me talk a lot about my distrust in the US government and the FDA. Bear in mind, my life was flushed down the toilet from which, by the way, they were paid off to say that this stuff was not addicted for years and years and years. They were pushing this just to make money. It is big pharma versus the world. No, I don't believe a damn word that comes out of the FDA's mouth. I no longer take any of the things that I was prescribed. And that's why they don't want you to know about it. I feel absolutely fantastic. There's these, just complete that are like, oh, I don't want to be, I want to be natural. And like, okay, cool, bro. Like, if you want to live in misery, just so you can say you're natural, when you can look like this, feel fantastic, be on top of the world, replenishing your hormone levels, like, hey, Monty, but you go get them, pal. You go get them. And if you're good with reactive health and shoving statins and antidepressants and amphetamines and all this down your throat, when you could put amino acids back into your body and proactively fix yourself. If you're sick of being in the same system that keeps you sick, like I was, this would be a good place for you to watch. They're scared. I would imagine they lost a customer that looked like, again, this, that now looks like this, not taking any of the anymore. So millions of people are starting to do the same thing, and they're not FDA approved. God, because the FDA is they're such stand-up people. Anyway, we'll get into that later. I can't wait for that episode. I got to tell you, addiction isn't all bad. And when you get addicted to doing good things or addicted to learning, it is pretty crazy how much you can learn when you literally make that your entire life, outside of being a dad and staying healthy, of course. And that's it. I'm extremely excited. I mean, in all seriousness, I've never been happier in my entire life. Probably a lot of people watching this don't know anything about what I'm going into. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever been in that spot of failure is not an option. And I know there's people out there like me. If you have topics that you want me to cover, let me know. We're going to be going through, just Peptide 101, FDA and quality and testing. We're going to be going through all that, as well as each individual peptide. I would say within the next week or so, I'm going to have like a link to where you can click on that and then go in and straight to my calendar and it'll book time to sit down and have a discussion on whatever you need to discuss. You want to follow along? Maybe you thought about starting a peptide company. Maybe you want to start one, or maybe you want to just follow along. Somebody's doing a startup all in front of his kids and build his life back. It's going to be a hell of a ride. Talk to you soon. Guys, thank you for taking 20 minutes out of your life to watch our first episode. We can't thank you enough. We are going to have so many awesome guests on, physicians, people that are in retail, wholesale, people that are in recovery field. We are so excited, and we're gonna shoot for launching 2 videos a week. Might just be one in the beginning, depending on how fast my editing can keep up, which, as you can see, needs some improvement. However, is getting better. Is getting better. Yep, is getting better. My boss is over here. I've been keeping everything in line and making sure. Did you get makeup before this? Where's hair and makeup? Hair and makeup! Where you at? Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.